section. And in this community, this is something that we have to definitely begin to handle and to talk about. Right. So it is important for us to cover this as we look into this and begin to analyze how this can be done. So as you are here right now, we are going to make sure that we cover this in detail and as people of the community. Beautiful. Right. So we are looking again how to discover what people will pay you for. And I decided to cover this because it's very important. I've been getting a lot of questions around this, and some people definitely need this to be covered so that they can be able to know how to find their profitable skill. My belief is that everybody has a profitable skill. Every individual, every professional, every entrepreneur, at whatever phase in your journey, you have a profitable skill. Now, from my experience, many people struggle to actually discover their profitable skill. You see, if you ask many people right now, what can people pay you some good money for? Many people, apart from their routine jobs, they cannot really clearly communicate or answer this particular question. And my belief is that, you see, you don't make money by being smart. There are so many smart people, but yet they are struggling financially. You see, you make money by being able to identify your relevance to the right people and then being able to monetize that relevance. Very important. You make money by your ability, whether you're running a business or you are just a professional looking for extra income. You make money by being able to identify how relevant you can be to a particular group of people. And when you identify that relevance, you identify the people you are supposed to serve with that relevance, then you monetize that relevance. So many people are sitting on value, like monetizable value, value that can help them to make some good money. So many people are sitting on that type of value. So the purpose for this session is to show you how you can identify what the market will actually pay for. Because it is like basically the first step to experiencing financial freedom or a life where you can consistently, begin to make money. You get the perspective. So this is something that you need to know how to do. You see, it is actually a skill. When you know how to discover what people can pay you for, or you know how to go through this process, I guarantee you, you can never be broke. Because let's say you're an employee and they sack you from your job, you can literally begin to use what you're about to learn to begin to identify what do I have that is a profitable skill that people can pay me for. So I will take us through this process, and I'm hoping that when you learn this and you practice this, you will become what I call a profitable personality. There's a series that I've been taking in the community known as How to Move from a Low Income Personality to a High Income Personality. And actually, one of the key elements that must be in your life for you to constantly be a high economic personality or a high income personality is to always know what is that profitable skill in your life that people will happily pay you for. So, this is something that you have to understand and know how to do. Now, follow me. I will take you through this process. And as I am talking about these things, begin to make sure that you are analyzing how these things speak to you as a person, as a business owner, as a professional. Even if you're here and you're unemployed right now, or you are following this right now and you are a university student, there is a way that this definitely should speak to you and enable you to be able to know exactly what to do and, of course, how to do it. Number one, the first thing you can begin to do to discover your profitable skill or to discover what people are willing to pay you for is to start with what people already ask you. You see, people are so good at knowing what you're good at even before you. Because people are very observant. Start with what people are already asking you. So, what do people come to you for right now? If you look at your life right now, you will see it. You will see it from friends to family members to colleagues. What do people come to you for? Because they have seen that you command a certain level of either knowledge, you command a certain level of wisdom, you command a certain level of expertise or experience in that thing. So they come to you for because they trust you or they have seen that based on how you do things, you can solve this particular problem. Because everybody on earth who is making money, this is the game. The difference that they're playing it at the higher level, at the higher level, right? One way to look at this is what are people venting about or angry about around you that you have the experience and the expertise to solve? Now, that is the first part of it. Because when you identify that, the next step or the next thing to do now is to understand how do I package what people come to me for into a product that has a name or into a service, into an offer that when I explain to people, they will understand this offer solves this problem and this offer delivers this particular promise, then they'll pay you for it. You see, so stop ignoring what people come to you for. Stop ignoring what people ask you for. You need to spend the time and begin to document. Okay, people, these are the things that people ask help for, as far as I'm concerned. You document those things and go a step further and document the steps that you go through to solve that particular problem. Because I'm telling you, the moment you can always identify the value you bring to other people, or you identify the skill that people look for you, it is the first step to being a high income personality. It is the first major step. When you do that, step two, identify the pain that you solve very fast. What is the pain in the lives of people that you easily solve? Because you see, in business or in the framework or in the equation of monetizing value, people pay for pain. People don't pay for your passion. I always say that you see, your passion will not make you money. It is your ability to convert that passion into value that can solve somebody's pain, then put a price tag on that value, you will make money. So identify the pain that you solve fast. So when somebody will come and tell me that, oh, I am passionate about this, or people come and talk to me about, oh, this is my purpose, I have purpose about, that's good. But you see, what is the pain that your purpose is solving in the lives of other people? And how can you put a price tag around the value that your purpose is creating for other people? You got a perspective now. So identify the pain that you are good at solving, because people will never pay you for passion. No, people pay you for the pain that you relieve in their life. That's why they pay you. So in this case, what I can challenge you to do is, based on who you are right now, based on your skill set, based on your experience, your expertise, and what have you, what are people stressed about? Where are people stuck in their life? What are people scared about that you can fix? If you can answer this question, you have a money-making idea and a potential business in your hand. Or if you already run a business, you can also practice these things I'm telling you to increase the value within your business. I was talking to an entrepreneur the other day and I said, why is your business not making more millions than this? Because I could see more value in his business that he is not extracting and marketing at a higher level. You see? So, what are people stressed about that you can fix? Where are people stuck in life that you can fix? What are people scared about that you can fix? Identify that pain and solve it. Identify that pain. Then package your value into something, into an offer, into a product, into a service they can understand, and then charge them for it and deliver the results. So that's the second thing that you can do to discover your profitable skill or what people will pay you for. Number three, the third thing you can do, the third thing you can do to discover what people will pay you for or your profitable skill. Number three, run what I call the 3-question test. If you run this test and get a yes around it, you should be making good money as a professional, as an entrepreneur. If you get a yes to these 3 questions, you have no reason on the surface of the earth to be broke. You see, I have done coaching over and over and consultation. So I have seen these things that I train produce amazing results in the lives of hundreds of people. So I can confidently tell you that anybody that I have coached or consulted with, maybe a business or an individual, and they can answer yes to these 3 questions, they always end up making so much money from what they know. Right? So if you can answer yes to these 3 test questions, you have no reason to be struggling financially or not to take your business to a whole new level, making more millions in whatever you're doing as business. Number one, can I help solve this problem in under 60 minutes? Now, this 60 minutes can change depending on the kind of solution you're providing, but I prefer to use 60 minutes, right? 1 hour, because anybody who can solve somebody's problem in under 60 minutes or in 60 minutes, you have a powerful solution. If you have a more robust business that you run or skill that you have, take that 60 minutes and use it as the average time in your industry. Can you solve a particular pain point within that average time? If you can do that, you have a good business. Number two, can you give somebody a big win in 7 days? Like if you work with somebody, if somebody comes to you as an expert, somebody comes to your business with a problem, and you work with them for 7 days, another average number I'm using, for 7 days, can you give them a big win based on that problem they are facing? If yes, you should be making good money from that skill that you have. Next question. Would someone without a degree, that means without a higher level of education, minimum a degree, would someone without a degree still be able to pay for your solution? Why? Because a solution that anybody at any level of education cannot understand has a problem. But if you're able to package your solution, package your value, and communicate it in a way that somebody at any level of education, undergraduate, high school, secondary school, master's, PhD, at any level, they can listen to you and understand your value, then you have something powerful to make money from. So, if these three questions, there are many other questions that we'll talk about throughout this session, but these three questions are critical to know how to. If you can get the answers to these three questions and they are yes, you have a marketable offer. You have a product that you can make some good money from it. Number 4, what is the fourth thing that you can do in order to identify your profitable skill or discover what people are willing to pay you for? Now, before we continue, if you are still following, can you type 4 in the chat box? For those who are here and those who are streaming in the community where I'm broadcasting this to, go ahead, type 4 in the chat box to be sure that you guys are active and you're getting this. And if you're getting some value already, can you type value in the chat box? Type value in the chat box. All right. Good. I see people here on Zoom and then people here who are following. All right. And then you're on YouTube. People on YouTube, are you there? Go ahead. Type value in the chat box if you're learning something. Now, number 4. What is the fourth thing that you can do to discover what you have in your life that people are willing to pay for? What can you do? Number 4, don't always start with a product, always start with a problem. The challenge for many people is that they want to start with a product first. No, you see, like I get this a lot where people will come to me and say, Dr. Joybert, I have developed this product or this app or this, website and things like that, but I am marketing and nobody is paying for it. I haven't got that today. Somebody even sent me a message today. I said, okay, book for a consultation. You see, that's a mistake that many people make. They go and design a product first, then they look for the market. Not everybody can do that at that level. But you need to always start with the problem that you can solve. Because let me tell you something in business. When you start with a product first, I bet you 99% of the time, you will design a product based on what you love, not based on the problem that the clients are facing. That's the challenge and the danger of starting with the product first, not with the problem. Anybody who develops a product first, who develops a service first, before clearly knowing exactly the type of problem they're solving for a group of people, they always miss it. Why? Because they would develop the product based on what they love, not based on what the market is willing to pay for in terms of their problems. So, if you will discover what people are willing to pay you for, don't start by focusing on what can I produce first. Yes, you may have the skills, the experience, and the expertise that is good. but you need to identify what is the problem. Then you design your solution and your offer and begin to sell based on what customers love, not based on what you love. So, show me anybody who is profitable in business. Show me a profitable expert, a profitable professional. They produce and sell what is hurting people, what is pain. They produce in thinking that this thing I am producing, will it be able to remove this pain or remove this problem from the life of the people that I am serving? So the question for you is, based on the skill set that you have, what kind of problem can you solve for which type of people? Then build your profitable product from the perspective of this is what is hurting people. This is what is causing pain in the lives of people. Then build your product to remove that pain and you make money. Because anytime you charge or put a price tag based on the value you have created that can remove pain, you will always make money. Number five. Number five. My laptop is down. Number five. Test your offer in 48 hours. Test your offer in 48 hours. Now, for some people, you can do this in 1 week, but I always like to, when I work with my clients, I challenge them to do this in 48 hours. Now, that means when you have created your product, when you have designed your solution, listen to this. Never invest money in mass commercialization or mass marketing or mass selling when you have not tested your offer. That's a big business blunder. So always test your offer in 48 hours, meaning that you see a problem, you know the people you're supposed to solve this problem for. You now create a profitable solution to solve the problem or to remove the pain from the lives of people. You have now packaged that offer. The next phase is don't just go blindly and start marketing. No, always test the offer first. Always test the solution first. And I always say that in this generation, it is more easy now to test an offer, to test your idea more than it used to be 50 years ago or 100 years ago. So I always tell people, one of the best ways that you can test your offer is to use this formula. I want to post it here on Zoom. Okay. Now, this is how you test your offer. Where you can post a sentence like that on social media, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, wherever you are, on TikTok, wherever you are. You can say, I help this X person to solve this Y problem and they get a result in this number of time. For example, I help people who have ideas and they are confused on how to convert those ideas into money-making businesses. And in less than 30 days, they have a money-making business. You see that? So I help this X person. You describe the type of person that you help to solve Y problem. You describe the type of problem they have in Z result of time. That means if I work with you in 30 days, in 7 days, in 5 days, in 3 months, This is the kind of results that you will get. Then you post it on social media. Then you invite people. If you are interested, send me a DM. If you are interested, comment. If you are interested, do this. That is you testing your idea. Personally, for me, there are some posts that I will make on social media and I'm doing my research with it. People don't even know. I'm trying to gauge, are there people who have this kind of problem? Sometimes I'll write a content, maybe a long form content of 300 words, 200 words, 100 words, and I'll post it. Send on my broadcast list, WhatsApp groups, and social media. The kind of feedback I receive, I use it as research to build a product and sell. So, for you to discover what people will pay you for, learn how to always test your ideas publicly. I help this type of person to solve this type of problem. And in this amount of time, they will get this kind of result. Then you post it. You are not posting how you do it. No, never post your what they call trade secrets. Never post your process in public. Create content around it, but never communicate your insights, your perspective, or your strategies in public just like that. Right? So if you're here and you have an idea already that you have been building, and maybe you need to go through a testing phase, go and use that and test it, and you will be amazed at how much you will get. Number 6, what is the seed thing that you can do to discover what people will pay you for? I keep saying this. One of the major conclusions I have in this life is that anybody who can discover what they have that people can pay them for, that person, you have bypassed the phase of ever being broke in your destiny. You have bypassed that phase. You will never be stranded. You will never be lost. You will never be broke again. If you can do this, what I'm teaching you guys, because you will always have something that you can sell. Any human being on earth that always have something they can sell will always make money. Always make money. Number six. Number 6. Tell the outcome and not the promise, and not the process, not the promise. Tell the outcome or sell the promise and not the process. Very important. Always sell the outcome and not the process. Now, what does that mean? You see, many a times when people are talking to customers, they spend time to explain the process they will go through to create impact in the lives of their customers. You see, customers don't care. You see, if you're going to be a good salesperson in business and you're going to make money, you need to think like when you go to eat in a restaurant. How many people here, when they go to eat in a restaurant, you're going to begin to interview the cook? Can you tell me the type of cooking gas, the type of spices, the type of cooking oil, the type of this that you use to prepare this food? No. If you are like me, you go to a restaurant, give me my food that I paid for, I eat and I go. I don't care what you went through to produce it. I trust you that if you are open, you're practicing the hygienic conditions let down by either the county or the council or the location where you are, and life goes on. So you need to always think like a restaurant owner when you are selling. Sell the outcome, not the process. When you go to eat in a restaurant, you don't care the process that they went through to produce the food. You just eat the food and get the hell out of there. So the same as customers they don't need to care the kind of pain and troubles you went through to produce your products. No, sell them the outcome. Tell them, look, if you buy this product and you follow the instructions that I'm going to give you, in 7 days, this and this and this will happen to you. If you know a clear outcome that you can communicate to a people based on the expertise you have discovered what people will pay you for. Because people don't care the how. It is your responsibility to care for the how. People care for what will change in their life after consuming your product or your value. So if you have discovered your value, You can ask yourself, what is the outcome that people will experience after consuming this value? Because in business, clarity of the outcome and the confidence with which you present that outcome is very important. Let me say it again. Show me a professional, show me a business person who understands the clarity of the outcome that the customer will get and the confidence of presenting that outcome. I will show you somebody who will always make money in this life. So learn how to sell the outcome and not the process. Learn how to sell the outcome and not the process. I'm almost done, then I'll take questions. Number seven. Number seven. What is another way that you can discover your profitable skill or what people will pay you for? Your past wins. Monetizing your past wins, your past success stories. You see, if you are the kind of person that you have helped people to overcome certain problems in the past, that is a message to you that you have something that if you package very well, people will pay for it because you have already solved that problem in the past. So, what problem did you overcome either for yourself or for other people that others are drowning in that problem? Like I always say, there are many people in this life that they have gone through some things in this life that others went through the same thing and either ended up in sadness or depression or even suicide. But you went through and came out on the other side. That is a skill, and many people don't know it. You can convert that experience, the lessons, the process, what you did and did not do that helped you to go through that process. Then you package it and help other people to go through that same problem. I always say this. I'm a strategist, right? So I always tell people this. Look, if you survived it, you can systemize it. Or if you survived it, you can productize it. Right? If you survived it, you can productize it. So let me say this. People like relationships a lot. So if you're a lady and you're here and a guy proposed to marry you, proposal done, everything done, you are sure that you guys are going to get married. And then the guy wakes up and says, no marriage pending, and maybe, he breaks your heart. And then you go through that process and came out smiling, and maybe you ended up getting married and you're happily married right now. Hey, you survived that breakup, productize how you went through it. There are many ladies who will pay you for it. Systemize it, package it, and sell it. You will not only make money, but you will create impact and help many young ladies to get out of sadness and depression and also live life happily ever after that encounter like you did. You see that now? That's just an example. So if you survived it, you can productize it or you can systemize it. Why? Because you see, guys, people happily pay for solutions. Your breakthrough in anything you have achieved can be somebody else's blueprint they're willing to pay for it. Let me say it again. Your breakthrough, any area in your life where you have broken through and you have some result, is somebody else's blueprint that they will happily pay you for it. Okay, so what are the past wins or successes that you have experienced in this life, in your career, in your business, in relationships, or whatever, that you can systemize it or productize it and get people to pay you for it? If you do that, number seven, you have discovered what people will happily pay you for. Lastly, number eight, and I'll take questions. Learn how to price based on urgency and not time. You see, one challenge many people go through is that they want to price their value based on how long they take to help somebody achieve something. No, you price based on the value you're giving and the urgency of the impact that you're going to create. You see, because if you can help somebody deliver something in 30 minutes, doesn't mean that you should price 30 minutes. You can deliver high level value in 30 minutes and price $10,000 and price 2 million francs, 2 million naira. No, you're not pricing the time. People pay. One big challenge is that people price the time. No, price the value, price the urgency of the impact you're bringing to the table. You see, because you can help somebody fix heavy pain, so much pain, so much pain in 5 minutes, in 10 minutes. Your pay, price the value, price the value, not the time. Okay? Because if you can, let me tell you, if you can help somebody achieve a high level result in 1 hour and you price a certain amount, you're a very cheap professional. No, people pay for shortcuts. So price shortcuts like shortcuts. You understand? A shortcut is supposed to be expensive. Why? Because when people take shortcuts, they reduce time, they reduce resources, and many things, they collapse many things. That's why they pay for shortcuts. So you should be comfortable at pricing your shortcuts very high. Because when you teach, when you help somebody achieve something with what you know or the value you have created, you're helping them minimize a lot of cost. And they should pay you well for it. You see that now? So learn how to price. And many people are not bold at pricing. Who is here like that? If you're here, type me in the chat box. Many people are shy. They are afraid of pricing. I always say that if you are in business and you are still afraid of losing a customer because of how much you price, you're still a baby business person. You need to mature. I bet go and grow up. Go and grow up. Please have confidence. Have confidence in pricing for your service. Stop being afraid. Stop being afraid. Let them go with it. Let them, it's okay. I'll price you at my level. And if you cannot pay for it, it's fine. It's cool. The people who can pay for it will come and pay for it. See, know that and know peace. Many of you, your businesses right now, your side hustles right now, they are supposed to be making you at least 10 million and above every month. But you are not making that money because you, should I say this? I always say something funny. Many business people still have mindset of the poor, like poverty patterns, poverty strongholds. If you're here and you are afraid to price your true value, it's a poverty stronghold that is fighting you. You know why? Because you keep pricing people based on based on how you see riches. And you don't know that there are people out there who have more money than you who can pay you times 10 of what you're asking for. So go and price boldly. Okay? Go and price boldly. And be so okay. Be so okay when somebody tells you that you are too expensive. You say, that's okay, I understand. I am providing high level value and I know what I'm bringing to the table. And I'm sorry that I cannot deliver this value at that price. Should I recommend somebody cheaper? I always do that. They hire me to speak. I give them, okay, this is my price to speak for 1 hour. If you cannot afford it, it's cool. I know somebody who takes cheaper than me. Should I recommend him? I give you the number. Deal. Totally fine with that. You see, if you're in business and you're always either afraid to price or you're always too desperate to make money, you will never make money. You're operating from a lower frequency because money is spiritual. And there's a level of thinking and consciousness and boldness and what I call mastery over money. You see, one way to have authority over money from a spiritual perspective is that start seeing money as your slave. Money is my slave. So I can ask for this slave at any amount from anybody who needs my value. Right? All right. That is it for today on how to discover what people will pay you for. I'll take 3 questions and we are done. If you have a question, raise up. If you're here on Zoom, raise up your hand and I will give you a chance to ask your question or you type me in the chat box. If you're following on YouTube, go ahead, leave your question in the comment section and I'll happily answer your question, or you're following, just go ahead and ask your question. Any question, go ahead. Go ahead. Anybody with a question? Or go ahead in the chat box. What did you pick out from here? And what will you apply in your business or your career? Right. It seems there is no question. That is good. So it means that I have very good students.